We're back with Alden Chodash of AldenBoxing.com. Saturday night, Alden, Showtime's tripleheader. Leading things off, it was Nonito Donaire stopping Louis Maldonado. What do you think of Nonito Donaire?
Well, once again, it was an impressive performance. Not as shocking and as dynamic a performance as his unexpected knockout last July, I believe, against Vic Darchinyan. But it was a great all-around performance against a good all-around fighter who also gave Victor Darchinyan a very tough time. Before Darchinyan's knockout loss to Donaire, he took the best shots of Darchinyan, was gutsy enough to give it back to Darchinyan, although he was eventually stopped in the 8th round. But I recall that Nonito Donaire, once he started to connect with great frequency, had Maldonado running from him in the rounds leading up to the stoppage, a couple rounds leading up to the stoppage. And that says a lot for his power, that Donaire was able to once put him down with one good shot and make him respect his punches enough for him to circle away from him before finally getting stopped. Once again, it was a good performance in terms of Donaire's boxing skills, but that was not unquestioned. I think more was unquestioned his ability to put someone out, especially a tough guy like Maldonado.
Right. Now there's talk of Darchinyan Donaire 2. First of all, do you think Darchinyan has any chance of beating this guy?
To tell you the truth, I think he was on his way to a victory before that one left hook. But I think Donaire is a much more confident fighter right now. Although he came into the fight very determined against Darchinyan, he's more confident now. I think he put on a more dominant display, and Darchinyan would probably give him a lot more respect than he did the first time. And I still see Donaire winning, but probably going longer distance, if not going the full distance. But I see Donaire retaining his title there.
Okay. Of course, Donaire has the option of moving up in weight and facing Fernando Montiel or Christian Maharis. What do you think his chances of against those fighters if he steps up?
Well, he has the height and the power and all-around boxing skills to do well against a lot of fighters. Beating some of those fighters may be a different case. Maybe in the case of Fernando Montiel or Christian Maharis. Actually, I changed my mind. He may be able to hold his own. He's an inexperienced boxer, but I think his all-around boxing skills would play a big factor against these more experienced and also slick and strong fighters.
What do you think of Vernon Forrest's victory over Michelle Piccirillo? What do you think of Forrest?
Well, I mean, going into the fight, you knew it was a disappointment, just the fact that Michelle Piccirillo was chosen as the opponent. Vernon Forrest is coming off a very impressive performance against Carlos Baldomir, so I'm surprised people are giving him as much credit, and he was as impressive as some of the internet resources say he was. I mean, to beat up Michelle Piccirillo was one thing, but to look impressive against him is another thing, and I think he looked very impressive in his all-around punching power. And Michelle Piccirillo, for your resource, went 12 rounds with hard punching Ricardo Mayorga, taking every shot, all the looping, uppercuts, and whatever, without going out, though he went down several times.
And what do you think of a Vernon Forrest and Ricardo Mayorga 3 fight? Who do you think would win that one?
It really is a perfect matchup. It's right on tap, and it's probably would be a perfect redemption for Vernon Forrest, and I don't see him losing that fight. Although I think the power wouldn't give Ricardo Mayorga a chance to win the fight.
So you're saying Forrest would finally be able to defeat Mayorga at this time in their careers?
It's not 100% sure, but I think at this time in his career he has a better chance of beating a less lively and less energetic Mayorga than was the case in 03 and late 03.
Okay, what do you think?
Or 04.
Okay, what do you think of Tarver's destruction of Danny Santiago?
There really was nothing to prove there against Danny Santiago, and Tarver wasn't impressive enough in the rounds that he fought against Danny Santiago to really make a statement to the light heavyweight division. But he did his job, and he did what was expected of him.
Do you think he beats Chad Dawson right now?
No, I don't think he beats him, because Dawson maybe not. He may not have the skill set and the all-around experience that Tarver has, but he's a quicker, stronger fighter, and he's becoming the fighter. He's very similar to Tarver, and in terms of skills, he's rapidly becoming the fighter Tarver is now.
And he's younger. And
yeah, I already said that.
Yeah. Okay, and let's move over to Floyd Hatton coming up Saturday on pay-per-view. Lennox Lewis has been quoted as saying it's going to be Floyd in a close one, going the distance. But you've said that Floyd will stop Ricky. Do you still feel that way?
If he's going to stop him, I know it's not going to be on in a situation that Ricky Hatton is helpless and it defines a technical knockout. It'd probably be on a cuts or corner retirement or in that category of TKOs. But Floyd Mayweather definitely wins the fight. He's bigger, and Hatton's going to have a hard time trying to fight his fight of out-muscling guys and pushing them back, because Floyd has been used to holding his ground, somewhat holding his ground against Belvedere and De La Hoya, against guys that are 168, 158, compared to Floyd's 150 and 147. So he's been in with the stronger guys, and Ricky Hatton definitely isn't the strongest fighter he's faced, and for sure not the best all-around fighter he's faced.
What did you score the Jose Luis Castillo Floyd Mayweather 1 fight? What was your score?
I forgot the exact score, but I know I had Jose Luis Castillo slightly ahead.
Slightly ahead after the first fight. And could Ricky learn anything from that fight?
Whatever he could learn, I think, goes down the drain after he's going to watch the second fight with Jose Luis Castillo and Floyd Mayweather, where Mayweather didn't underestimate Castillo like he did in the first fight, I believe. And also there was some supposed injury going into the first fight, torn rotator cuff, Mayweather claimed. Whatever part of that is true, I'm not sure, but I know he's not going to be underestimating Ricky Hatton. And despite his bad hands, he's won fights with bad hands before, especially against guys on Hatton's level.
Okay, so recapping the pay-per-view card, you're saying Floyd, and correct me if I'm wrong, Floyd will stop Hatton one way or another. The fight's not going 12 rounds, correct?
It can go 12 rounds, but in all likelihood, I don't think Hatton's body's going to hold up. Okay,
Ponce de Leon will win easily. Is that correct?
Yes, against that opposition.
Right. Jeff Lacey, you say, will defeat Peter Manfredo Jr.?
Yes, when it's going to happen, I'm not sure, but he's definitely going to win the fight.
Definitely going to win a fight, but you're not sure if it's going to go the distance or not.
I'm not sure. Or if Jeff Lacey comes in with some ring rust, Manfredo could fight it out. But in all likelihood, Jeff Lacey's going to knock him out, like I expect.
Okay, great. And finally, Edna Cherry, Wes Ferguson rematch between those two guys. The first fight was a close but unanimous decision for Cherry Bomb. Do you think Edna Cherry wins again?
Yeah, Edna Cherry is used to beating guys in that level of competition, and he's probably going to do it again against this guy.
Okay, great. Thanks, Alden, for talking to us. Remember to check out aldenboxing.com for more information. Bye-bye.